All right, ladies and gentlemen, the Champions League is back and is back with a bang. And I must say, the format, I wasn't sure how it was going to look, how it was going to go. So far, it's going great. We having big games every week, and we're getting a lot of surprisers. I have to say, so far, I didn't really understand what the format is going to look like and how it's going to perform. It's cooking, and I'm liking how it's going. It's a little bit too early to say anything, really, but so far, so good. That's all I'm going to say. And I'm not saying this just because we're doing great in this format. I'm not saying that because of that. But I'm saying that because we're just having so many games. All these big games are going on in one day. Like on Tuesday, we had Manchester City versus Feyenoord, and we had Barcelona versus Bruges, and we had PSG versus Bayern. And all these games were good games to watch. At first, we're going to go to Manchester City versus Bayern, and this was a game, backstory to Manchester City. Manchester City is having absolutely atrocious time, okay? At first, I was saying that, this is kind of their deal. It takes a minute for them to really kickstart. They don't really start really performing until after Christmas break, right? The second part of the season is where they really go to the second gear. This is the first time in Pep's career that he hasn't won 6 games straight. Granted, this game he didn't lose, he tied, but the way he even tied this game was atrocious. So just coming into this game, they lost against Brighton, they lost against Sporting, they lost against Bournemouth, and they lost against Tottenham twice, okay? Once in Tottenham in the EFL Cup, and again in the league at their own home. And you can say even the first loss, it was just after a win from Southampton. They come into this game, I remember watching this game, that even the way they lost, it looked like they didn't care. They were still like, we didn't want to be in the cup. We won too many times. Even after Pep was interview, even he looked like chill. It's like, it's all right. People expect us to win all the time. Maybe it's time for another team to win. He was getting cocky. So the next game they played, lost. And then the game after that was the Champions League. He's thinking like, okay, we got 2 losses. We should probably win the Champions League, okay? They were destroyed. I mean, they look completely broken, okay? Sporting destroyed them. And this was the last game before the Sporting coach left to go to Manchester United. So, again, after that, they're getting a little worried. And they play against Brighton. They lost again, Brighton. Okay, at this point, a panic mode sets in. Are they going to fire Pep? Is Pep going to go? You know what Pep does? Pep signs a new contract and says, I'm not going anywhere. I'm going to be here for a good long time. And Tottenham was like, all right, that sounds good. And they destroyed them 4-0. And they didn't score a goal in this game, okay? In fact, this was the statistic. They had 23 shots, 5 shots on target. Tottenham had 9 shots, 7 on target. Do you understand? They're anything but clutch at this moment, okay? They're just throwing bricks at the wall at this point. So coming into this game, they really need to get this win. Because right after this game, this weekend, they're playing against Liverpool, the best team in the world right now. The number 1 team in the Premier League by miles. Okay? And by points as well. This might be the only season where Liverpool is definitely going to run away with the league. That's not something we say. Any coach in the Top 5 league loses 4 games is out of here. But now Pep has been here for a very long time. He's definitely not getting fired. Not even one person's like talked about the fact that he's going to get fired. He just signed a new contract, like I said. He's not going anywhere. So this game was a game where to prove to us that he still got it. And hey guys, what happened was a fluke, and we really are on it, okay? And it was anything but that, okay? And you can say it started off great, Haaland gets 2 goals. Gundogan gets a 3rd goal. It's about 15 minutes of the game. Everything looks fine. It's 3-0. We're singing. Okay, we're back. We're doing it. And then it gets to the 70 minutes. And you can just see the defense I've never seen a defense crumble like this. One after another. Okay? A goal, 74 minutes. Another goal, 82 minutes. And then another goal at the 89 minute. Bro, Pep literally was hurting himself. Like he didn't know what was going on. The first goal Feyenoord scored, Pep was literally losing his mind. It's like he knew what was coming next. And then one after the other, Feyenoord just tied the game. And the game was over. And no one can explain what happened. They had 64% of the possession. They had 18 shots, 9 on target. Feyenoord had 10 shots, 5 on target. They had double amount of passes in the game. So Pep, they were asking him like, "Hey bro, like what's going on? And are you all right, bro?"
Hi Pep, you always defend your players publicly, and I understand completely why. But the way in which they sort of capitulated at the end, was that sort of unprofessional, surprising? The way they sort of panicked and allowed 3 goals from 75 minutes in.
Oh, no, I'll continue with the same, so it's not necessary to say anything to them. They know it perfectly. So, 3 episodes, and, they didn't allow us to win what we needed for many, many reasons, not just for the terms of qualification or get the points to go through, for, many other reasons, and it's what it is. So difficult to swallow right now, and so the game was good. We score 3, we could score more, we do everything, but at the end, we give away, especially the first one, and after we are not stable enough, to do it, and it's not about no run or the commitment or nothing as that, but football, you have to be, in certain moments, do it, and right now it's, the second goal, the second post, touch post, Eddie, finish in the place when the player is there, and the last action, Jack, shoot, deflection, keeper, post, and go out. So in that situation, everything is like that. So, but improve. What can we do? So rest 1 or 2 days and prepare Anfield.
He sounds sad. He can't even really explain himself. He obviously doesn't want to blame his players. At one point in this interview, they even asked him, because one player specifically stood out, how terrible they were. And I'm talking from a defensive perspective. And, this is how we handle that question.
Hi, Pep. Josko Gvardiol was at fault for 2 more goals today. How do you lift him? Because he just looks...
He's so young, he will learn.
That's right.
He's so young, he will learn.
This is what makes Pep great.
It will be a good experience. Because the play he played, it was the best player on the pitch.
But again, great coach.
The best player on the pitch.
That's right. He needs it right now.
But that will be so wrong if I point a specific thing to our defeat. He's so young, he will learn. He's a fantastic player, fantastic boy, and now more than ever must be helped.
And that's why he's one of the greatest coach, okay? At a time where he could have easily said, he's been making these mistakes and maybe take him out or throw any kind of shade towards his way. He didn't. The player already knows the mistake he's making. And for him to have a coach who can reassure him that, you are great. In fact, I thought you were the best player in the team, even though obviously that's not true. But still, that's why they want him to stay, and that's why he signed a new contract. This wasn't a great outing for them, and I generally believe, and I'm really hoping that Sunday would be the turnaround for them. Because I'm a huge fan of Manchester City. I'm a huge fan of Pep. And I think if anybody can turn around Manchester City, it's Pep. I mean, they have great players. Even, you can say that they're having some old players as well. De Bruyne is not the De Bruyne he used to be. Too many injuries. At this point, it's just he hasn't had any good game. Rodri's not coming back. He's going to be gone the whole season. So you got to swallow that pride already. Okay? And Savino's not working out. I mean, this guy is still getting his footing going, right? Not everybody can be Mahrez. So it's going to take time. But the only person who can turn this around is Pep. So one last thing they asked him before the end of the interview was that he had a bunch of scratches on his face because he was upset. Okay, he couldn't even know what to do with it. So this is what one of the interviews says to him.
Hi Pep, sorry to go off topic, but you've got a cut and apparently some others.
Yeah. With my finger here, with my nail.
That's fine. I wanna
hurt myself.
Oh.
Good night.
It'll be okay.
It will be okay. Don't do it. Don't do it, Pep. And it will be okay. Okay? It'll be okay. They might not win the Premier League this year. And I think that will be fine. Again, the only person you can see... I mean, think about it. Can you really imagine anybody coaching Manchester City other than Pep? And I still think they'll go through on the next round. Okay, the next game is Barcelona versus Brest. And this game was pretty straightforward. Okay? It was a home game. Barcelona's also having a little mishap these days. Since Lemar got hurt, it seems like we can't find solutions. And at this point, it's getting a little bit ridiculous. The last game they played was Celta Vigo. And this is a game where they were 2 goals up. I mean, it was clear. It was gone. Okay? And out of nowhere, at the 70 minute, they felt comfortable. They felt like, oh, it's all right. We're going to win this game. You have the midfielders just making unnecessary fouls. And then you have Koundé, who's just getting relaxed, getting way too comfortable with the ball. And we got punished. And then it was 1-0, and there's about maybe 10 minutes left in the game. You'd think they're going to stamp this out. They do anything but that. 2-2. So coming in this game, they had to show that they're fine without Lamar. Brest was a team that they're not so bad at themselves. So we were kind of coming into this game, I kind of felt that we were going to win easily. And that's exactly what it was. And Barcelona just kind of ran through them. I mean, they had 19 shots, 8 on target, 76% of the possession. The passing, 775, compared to Brest had 236 passes. Okay? They had 0 shot on target. In fact, they only had 2 shots. So, I mean, this was pure domination. You know what I mean? Their players were very frustrated. There's really not too much to say. I mean, this was just a clean game. Lewandowski, he's a player who, he's not that well skilled, but he's a great goal scorer. I mean, he's one of the best. In fact, he's the 3rd player in the Champions League to ever score more than 100 goals. He's at 101 right now. Yes, that's more than Luis Suarez. Okay? The only 2 above him, Lionel Messi and Cristiano Ronaldo. Okay? So, I mean, congratulations to him. He looks extremely sharp this year, and I am just hoping that he keeps the sharpness throughout the season because we're really going to need it. He's the best striker right now, and just congratulations to him. That's it. That's it, yeah. All right, the next game, it was Bayern versus PSG. So this is 2 teams who are both having a terrible time, really. For Bayern, they have a new coach. Vincent Kompany is trying to convince people that he is a guy for the job. He can perform with Bayern in the Champions League very well. That's what he's trying to convince everybody. And this was one of those games where it wasn't really that convincing because they were playing against PSG at home, and PSG, a team, is like they needed the win. Really, both of the teams really needed this win, okay? But I generally think PSG needed this win more than Bayern. You can also make the argument that Bayern also needed this win in the sense that if they would have lost to PSG, I mean, I think Vincent Kompany was going to be in the chopping blocks. And that's no surprise. So anyway, this game was going on. It was pretty much even because each team knew they had to win. Okay? I'll push towards Bayern a little bit simply because they scored the goal. They had better chances. They attacked a lot better. I mean, they had 18 shots, 7 on target. PSG had 11 shots, only 3 on target. Bayern had most of the possession, and they had most of the pass. Just from the stats, I think Bayern basically had this game under control. There was a lot of time where PSG also had chances, but after Dembele got that red card, there was just no way you would see them win. Not to say that PSG kind of just sat back and relaxed. They were still attacking, especially the second half. The second half, after they were 1 man down, PSG was just on Bayern. To the point that whenever the whistle was blown, Bayern were like celebrating like they won the Champions League. Okay? Because PSG was that much on them. But nevertheless, they got the win, and they can sigh of relief for one more game. Okay, now on Wednesday, the only game I watched was the Real Madrid and Liverpool. And this was the best game to watch today. Okay? Liverpool versus Real Madrid. You can just hear it, how great that game would be. These 2 teams have played many times. Not one of the games they played against was boring. They were all exciting, and they all had a bunch of goals. So you expected there was going to be some goals, but you didn't know who's going to win, really. Liverpool is having a great time. Now, again, everybody knows I'm a Liverpool hater. You know what I mean? You will walk along. I want you to walk along. In fact, I'm hoping somehow, some way we face them this season. Okay? They're the best team in Europe right now. They have 2 of the best center backs in the world. Okay? Van Dijk is still one of the best defenders in the planet for the last 7 years. Okay? And then Conte is another one who just came out of nowhere. I remember when I first saw this guy, I was like, this dude is going to be a legend. And he's slowly becoming into legend. Okay? So their defense is basically, in the central defense-wise, it is locked. If you have to come in from the defense, it has to be from the sides. But again, Robertson is on the left side. He's a great left back. And then on the right, Trent's not around. So you know who they had? Bradley. This Bradley kid, another kid they found who's fantastic. I mean, the slide that he did against Kylian Mbappe is going to be talked about. I think that just got him a raise. Whatever his price tag was, it went up 50 million just because of that tackle. That's the kind of tackle he did tonight. Okay? So their back is extremely solid. Now, you know whose back is not solid? Madrid. You know who they had in their defense? Valverde to play a right back. Mendy a left back. Like I said, Mendy has went on vacation since he signed his new contract. Like, he's not here with us. I just want people to know this. He's not here. Rudiger, obviously solid, one of the best central defenders. But who's the new kid? Who's the new kid in there? Terrible. When you saw Valverde in the back, you knew this game wasn't going to go right. And I saw Diaz right next to Kylian Mbappe. You knew this wasn't going to go right. Okay? Where's Rodri? Where's Vinicius? The two players have been the difference makers for this team for the last 3 seasons in the Champions League are not here. Carvajal is missed dearly. He's not here. Camavinga, he got hurt immediately. He couldn't keep up with Liverpool's midfielder. And on the other hand, Liverpool, Salah, fit. Nunez, fit. Luis Diaz, fit. They're not just fit. They're ready for revenge. That's what it looked like. So from the start of the game to the end of this game, Liverpool had full control. Okay? There was not one point in this game where I felt that Madrid is going to come back. Come on. And there's a bunch of times where you're thinking, of course Madrid is going to come back. We all know this. But Madrid were just outclassed, outplayed in every position. Let's look at the stats. Liverpool had 17 shots, 7 on target, 63 possession, 617 pass. That is almost double what Madrid had. Madrid had 8 shots, 3 on target, 37 possession of the ball, 365 passes. Do you understand? Do you understand the masterclass they just got handed? Kylian Mbappe. So anyway, so as the game going on, right? Liverpool scores a goal. You're assuming Madrid's going to wake up. You know that I always wake up whenever they're at adversity. That's when they really get going. But not today. Liverpool scored. And then Madrid gets the penalty. Okay, this is it. Okay? Stuff is going to change. And we're talking the second half. The first half was just kind of mano a mano in a way, but nevertheless, Liverpool still had full control. And this is what Liverpool coach said, regard to halftime conversation.
Yeah, we work harder in the first half and the second half than we work during halftime. But this was a joke, but nobody understands it maybe. But I think the effort we put in the first half helps us to be as good as we are in the second half. So if you play a game at this level, it's so difficult to outplay them already in the first half, but you invest, you keep on running, you keep being aggressive, you keep trying to press them high, and then in the second half, it's not only with us, but you see more goals in the second half than in the first half. That has all to do with the players also get tired. So we also invest in the first half to show up even in a better way the second half. But the good thing about the second half is, so before they go out, we always prepare them what to expect from what we've seen from them till now. But what we saw from them till now was with Vinicius. Now they lined up without Vinicius. So after the first half, we know better what to expect.
That's right.
Than we knew before the game. So
That's right.
maybe sometimes these small adjustments help as well. But it has mainly to do with the effort we put in the first half already.
That's right. Just to like hit this home as well. This is Bellingham also just kind of agreeing with him to saying that, yo, they got us. There was nothing we can do about it.
Jude, a disappointing night for you guys out there. What didn't go Real Madrid's way?
I think, to be fair, from the first minute they probably just took control of the game. We never really maximised the spells that we had in possession. You know, when we got the ball back, I think we probably tried to force the counter-attack a few too many times and turned it over so much that they managed to keep control. Defensively, they kept us in a place where we couldn't really harm them as much. And yeah, I just think they were more up for it than us, to be honest, which is really disappointing to say. But you know, it's a bad result against probably the best performing team in Europe. You know, it's no disgrace to come here and lose, but we are disappointed in how we performed, and the important thing is we use it the right way now. You know, we've got 3 games left in the group, and it's important that we go and try and win all of them to give ourselves a best possible chance in the standings, you know.
When Kylian Mbappe gets that opportunity from the penalty spot and he's standing there, I'm guessing as a team you're all expecting him to put that one away.
Yeah, you know, it's obviously a big moment in the game, but it can happen. He's a wonderful player, but the pressure that he holds because of how good he is huge. You know, it's humongous, and you know, the penalty is not the reason why we lost the game. You know, as a collective, we weren't good enough on the night. They performed better than us, and it's as simple as that.
I don't know about that.
Keeping his head high, I know for sure that he will produce many more moments that are huge for this club.
Yeah, so even Bellingham's letting you know, it just wasn't their night, okay? But nevertheless, they're still missing their 2 big players. And I think that would have made a difference. Tonight was a night where Kylian Mbappe could have showed that he is the man. He is the man that they paid for. He is the next guy. He is the same man who said he was going to score 50 goals in the beginning of the season. But he did anything but that. He was terrible. Like I said, he just made this young kid famous. He just put Bradley on the map. Do you understand? Liverpool now going to the week against Manchester City, they are powered up. I don't even see that how they could lose this game. I think if Liverpool loses this game this weekend, it would shatter their hearts. Because they're such in a high right now that anything like Manchester City putting them down is going to really, really hurt the spirits. Okay? And then on top of that, obviously, Mo Salah also missed a penalty. It wasn't just Kylian Mbappe. Kylian Mbappe got a penalty. He missed. And then, Mo Salah had a penalty. And he absolutely missed the whole goal. But even then, Liverpool still found a way to score the second goal. And for Mo Salah, he has his own thing going on. He's trying to get a new contract. He came out last week saying that the club has not offered me anything. I want to stay here. I've been very public about that. But they're not offering me any kind of contract to stay longer because they don't want to pay him more money. He wants more money. They don't want to pay him more money. Mane wanted more money, so they let him go. Are they going to do the same thing with Mo Salah? I think they just might. Liverpool mindset is that the team is bigger than any player. And that tells me my boy is getting out of here. And I don't think they understand the mistake they're making by letting Mo Salah go. The fact that his mind is clouded by this contract conversation is one of the reasons why he hasn't performed that well in this game. He wasn't the main man in this game. Usually he's the main man. And for them to sweep all the tournament, they need to get this guy to sign a contract and put his mind at ease. Because he's not at ease right now. And I think that's a problem. So, how is he going to perform this weekend? We'll find out. He might perform great again and take his shirt off again just to let us know that I belong here. Bro, you don't have to convince us to that at all. It's the owners and the people who are in charge of the contract writing. Those are the people you got to convince. And it seems like from outside looking in, they're not going to pay you. They don't want to pay you. So what are you going to do? Okay? That's all I got to say. So this week, this game is going to be very exciting to see how they perform. And for Real Madrid, I don't know, man. I don't know where he goes from here. They have 3 games left in the Champions League, and they technically have to win all of the games. Is it doable? 100%. Vinicius is going to be back soon. Rodgers is going to be back soon. But Carvajal is not coming back anytime soon, so that defense problem is still going to be there. But as long as they can win these 3 games left, they should be fine. But if they don't, and have Madrid out of the Champions League, we can't even have that conversation. We just can't do it, okay? Okay? All right, that's all I got. I'll see you.